Hello children, I hope you are feeling happy and strong. Welcome to our special English hour where we learn lots of things and have lots of fun. Are you ready? Let's get started. Children, now let's test our general knowledge. Today's general knowledge quiz is about Indians who have contributed in the field of science. Can you all tell me who was the person who set up India's first nuclear program? Can you tell me who this person was? Yes, it was none other than Homi Bhabha. And now the final clue. This man was the first Indian to receive Nobel Prize for his contribution in the field of science. Can we tell his name? Yes, it was C.V. Raman. All these people have created a huge impact in the field of science and technology. Her father is a veterinarian. Compassion. 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 She has a compassion towards animals. Literature. 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 She is studying English literature. Prevention. 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 Prevention is better than cure. Now, let's read a lesson from our textbook. The name of the lesson is Sushruta, a peep into the past. Children, please open page number 64 of your textbook. I will be reading this lesson for you and I request you to point at the words as I read them. And if you don't have a textbook, listen to me carefully. Sushruta was an Indian Ayurvedic physician widely regarded as the father of Indian medicine or father of surgery and father of plastic surgery. He wrote one of the world's earliest works on medicine and surgery. Sushruta was known as the main author of the treatise The Compendium of Sushruta or Sushruta Samhita. Sushruta is regarded as the father of Indian medicine. He was an Ayurvedic physician. Do you know who a physician is? Physician is another name for a doctor. So Sushruta was an Ayurvedic physician. He is famous all over the world. He is also known as father of cosmetic surgery or father of surgery. Sushruta wrote a treatise called Sushruta Samhita. During those days, physicians treating human beings were also trained in the care of the animals. The principles of animal surgery are effectively the same as that of human surgery. Indian medical treatises like Charatka, Sushruta and Harita Samhitas contain chapters or references about care of the diseased as well as the healthy animals. Children, when you feel sick, who do you go to? We go to our doctor. Do you know that there are doctors also for animals? Yes, these doctors are known as veterinarian. For each and every problem, there are doctors who specialize in certain things. But in ancient India, there was only one type of doctor. And this doctor was trained both for operations on humans and animals. It is said that the rules and the things required to perform a surgery on a human being were also the same as that of an animal. There are many mentions of these things in texts. These are ancient Indian texts which are written by great thinkers and physicians like Sushruta and Charaka. These are two famous physicians from ancient India. There were, however, physicians who specialized only in the care of the animals or even in one class of animals. The greatest of them all was Shalihotra, the father of veterinary sciences. As I said, in ancient India, there were physicians who were trained in both treating animals and treating humans. But there were still some physicians who specialized only in taking care of animals. One such physician was Shalihotra. He is regarded as the father of veterinary sciences. Though Shalihotra gained all the knowledge of surgery from Sushruta and implemented it in animal health care, once he asked Sushruta what all he would need to perform a surgery on a wonderful horse. Sushruta very quickly listed down all the instruments and the medicines that would be needed. 3 things are missing, Shalihotra said. Confused, Sushruta looked at him. I will give you a week to find them, Shalihotra consoled. Shalihotra was a student of Sushruta. But one day he asked Sushruta what are the things that are required to perform a surgery. Sushruta talks about everything. But Shalihotra tells him that there are 3 things that are missing from this list, and he gives Sushruta a time of 1 week. Let's find out what those 3 things were. Curious to find out what those 3 things were, Sushruta observed his teacher carefully for the next 1 week. Before operating the horse, Shalihotra observed every part of the horse, and then Sushruta found the first missing thing. A good veterinarian should have an eagle's eye. Then Shalihotra treated the animal as if it were his own. Balancing science are very sharp. It can target anything and look for it even from a great distance. An eagle has an excellent eyesight, which is equally important when we are treating anybody. Sooner, Sushruta got his second clue, and that was how Shalihotra used to take care of the animal with compassion. This showed that compassion is equally important, which means that a surgeon should have a lion's heart. And now finally, Sushruta got the third thing that was missing. He saw that Shalihotra used to take care of the creatures even after surgery. This taught Sushruta that one needs to have a mother's touch. A tradition of veterinary therapy developed very early in India, and this has survived to the present time. Based on the Ayurveda, Indian veterinary medicine is known for its specialized literature, which provides information on ancient methods of preventing and treating diseases of animals. Some of these treatments, little known outside India, are still practiced today. India has had a long history of having veterinary therapy. Some of these things are still observed even today, but the outside world was a horse specialist himself. Among the best known works of animal literature is Asva Chikitsa, or Therapeutics of Horses, written by Nakula. India has a long history of veterinary texts for animals. One of them is Asvayurveda Siddhanta. This text has been composed by Shalihotra. Do you know who Nakul was? Nakul was one of the 5 Pandavas, and he is known to be a specialist in treating horses. Nakula has also written a treatise which is known as Asva Chikitsa. This goes to prove that India has had a history of veterinary texts. Later, during the reign of Chandragupta Maurya, around 300 BC, veterinarians started accompanying armies to treat horses, elephants, as well as cattle. Children, do you know who Chandragupta Maurya was? He was one of the ancient rulers of India. During his reign, veterinarians used to accompany the armies to treat horses and other animals that used to go on war. The great Emperor Ashoka erected the first known veterinary hospitals of the world. He arranged cultivation of herbal medicines for men and animals in his empire and adjoining kingdoms. Children, we just saw that India has had a long history of veterinary texts. What we just read is that the Emperor of India, Ashoka, was the first person to build a hospital for animals. He also planted herbs and other roots that would help in curing animals. Giving the animals general tonics and stimulants was practiced in order to ensure good mental and physical health. Children, can you tell me what is that one thing that all our mothers ask us to drink? Some of us might like it, but some of us might not. But all the mothers insist that all of us should drink this. I am talking about milk. Our mothers tell us how important it is to drink a glass of milk because it is very healthy for our body, right? Along with milk, our mothers also ask us to drink or eat certain kind of Chyawanprash, right? It is said that it improves our immunity, which means that our health will not get affected very quickly. Just like how we eat and drink certain things to increase our immunity, horses and other animals were also given some kind of tonics in ancient India. This helped in boosting the immunity of these animals. Prevention of the occurrence of diseases was also given importance. Cleanliness of animals, maintenance of stalls and stables, quality of food, disadvantages of overfeeding were looked after. In ancient India, it was not just about treating animals. It was also about increasing their immunity and keeping them healthy. For that, it was made sure that all these animals are cleaned and fed. It was also taken care of that animals are not overfed. Utilization of animal byproducts was also done wisely by our ancestors. Conversion of milk into butter, ghee, curd, khoya, etc. was a common practice and still is. Chicken was utilized for its meat while sheep was utilized for its wool. Although India has always had immense knowledge in the field of veterinary sciences, it is not chosen as a career by many due to a lack of awareness. Being an agriculture-based country, today India needs more veterinarians who empathize with animals and give their cent% to the profession. Utilization of byproducts from these animals was also done very wisely. All the byproducts of animals were used according to the geographical location and the need for it. Today, we saw that Indian medical sciences with respect to animals has a very long history. But unfortunately, there are not many people who go for this career because not many people are aware of this career. Children, we all know that India is an agricultural country, which means that majority of India's population practices agriculture. Don't you think that if that is the case, animal care is very important and it can also be a very serious profession? Children, I hope you had fun in today's session. And most importantly, I hope you learned something new. I will see you in our next session. Until then, take care and stay safe. Bye.